Okay, I'm here with Bria Hartley. Bria, remind us what high school you went to.
I went to North Babylon High School. It's in North Babylon, New York, on Long Island.
And what kind of numbers did you put up in your senior year, let's say?
I mean, I did really well. I think I averaged about 28 points a game, and I think probably like 7 assists. But
in about how many minutes a game? Now, a high school game's 32 minutes. Now, about how many minutes did you average?
It depends, because during my league, our league games were in like really good competition, so I only played the first half of those games. And then when we played like really good teams, we played like top teams from like different states or in the city, I pretty much played the whole game. So I'm not necessarily sure what I averaged. Now,
in your last 2 games in high school, you scored 43 and 51 points.
Yeah.
And videos are actually available of those 2 games, taken by me, as a matter of fact. Now, I've gotten a lot of comment on those videos, people impressed by you, but they say, since they were all your highlights, they say, is this girl a chucker? I mean, is she a ball hog? Well, what do you say? Are you a chucker and a ball hog, Bria?
I don't think so at all. I think it's just what you have to do at certain points in the game. With my team last year, I knew I had to score because I didn't have as many scorers around me. And when people aren't hitting shots and other things, sometimes you have to take the ball yourself and score.
And as a matter of fact, you averaged about 7 assists a game. I think you just told us that in high school. Now, this summer, you were the point guard on the USA team, the U18 team.
Yes.
Who led that team in assists?
I think I did.
I think you did. You had a pretty big center there, a girl named Stephanie.
Yeah.
Did you ever pass her the ball?
Yes, a lot.
You did. Did she ever pass it back to you?
Actually, she did on a fast break. I remember because it made a big deal. We're like, okay, Stephanie's a point guard.
There's some confusion on the internet about your height. Give us your accurate height, Bria.
I say I'm about 5'9", 5'10". I'm like right in between. So it's like 5'9" and a half if you want to be really accurate.
All right, you're being very accurate. Are you talking with shoes or without shoes?
I'm probably with shoes on the court. I'm 5'10".
Okay. You realize the UConn roster thinks you're 5'7".
5'7". That was since I was in 10th grade. I had like a really big growth spurt since then, but everyone always kept that height. I don't complain.
Actually, I believe you, because I tell people you're at least my height, even though I've shrunk. Now, let's talk about the recruiting process. People are interested in this. Now, my recollection was that you were known, but you were not that well known in the recruiting world when you were, say, a freshman and a sophomore. Now, sometime early in your junior year, you sort of rocketed way up to the attention of people, including, I assume, UConn. What happened? What propelled you much higher visibility?
I think I definitely improved a lot those years. Just working and just getting better. And then I played with a different AAU team. The AAU team I played with before didn't play at like those top AAU tournaments where all the colleges playing. I went to a different AAU team, and definitely that helped me.
Was that Exodus you're talking about?
Yes. Because they played the bigger tournaments, and there was like more coaches that were there just come to see you play. So
just the fact that you were in tougher competition helped you develop?
Yes. And
did Coach Pascal help you a lot, would you say?
Yeah, Coach Pascal, and then I have a trainer at home, Jerry Powell, definitely helped to get better.
What position do you expect to be competing and playing for here at UConn?
I expect to be playing point guard position.
I think most people have that expectation. And you'll be competing against Lauren Dixon for minutes, but whoever starts, obviously the other one's going to get a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
Do you feel at all intimidated coming onto a team, 78 victories, playing Baylor in your second game? Do you feel at all intimidated or scared or anything like that?
I don't think you should feel intimidated. It's definitely pressure, but like I feel like athletes, you have to deal with pressure all the time. It's part of like your daily routine. So you just have to get through it and just work at
it. You look confident on the court in the games I've seen you. When you're pushing the ball up court at speed, does there come a time when you just know you can go for that basket and get it?
I guess when you start playing, it's more like instinct. When you have to become a creature of habit. So you just go out there. If you work on the things that you've done in practice and in court, you shouldn't have a problem doing certain things. So you know you have to score. You know you have to hit this person for the open pass. Just make the right decision.
In my opinion, you're a very good driver and slasher, and you seem to be fairly ambidextrous. Your left hand is pretty good. Did you work a lot on your left hand?
Definitely. I remember when I first started working with my trainer, I was in the 4th grade, and a lot of people say, oh, you don't need to use your left hand that young, but he made sure I started that young and just worked on it. So as I get older, it could be just as short as my right hand.
Going back to this confidence question, is there a time when you're saying on a break, you just know you can beat those remaining defenders? You can just feel it that you can beat the remaining defenders on the floor?
I think that's with anyone. Most of the time you come down the court, especially if you've been playing that person throughout the whole game, you know like what you can do to get by them in certain things. So.
Recruiting process. We talked about how you became more visible. At what point did the UConn get interested in you, seriously?
I remember them seeing me play around I think it was my junior year and around February. I remember it was the first time they came to a game. And from then, visited the school a lot of times, and just got to know the staff, got to know Coach Ariema, the players. I just felt like I come here, it's just one big family.
And how do they communicate the actual offer to you? Is this like done in person or by email or through your coach? Or
it's done in person.
It was done in person?
Yeah.
And what were the competing schools in your mind as you were making your final decision?
My competing schools definitely had UNC, Kentucky, Georgetown, Duke. There's definitely a lot of good schools, but you gotta make the right decision for yourself. So coming to UConn is definitely, I think I had a lot of opportunity, and I think I would really do well in the system and improve throughout the 4 years.
Plus it has the advantage of being fairly local for you.
Definitely. My parents definitely like the fact that it's close to home. They allow us to get to a lot of games. So it's going to be a great experience for me and for my parents.
Well, I'm sure all the fans expect good things of you, and I'm sure you'll please them. Thank you very much for your time, Bria.
Thank you.